Hey plant lovers, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the world of one of the most popular, most resilient, and frankly, most stylish houseplants out there. The ZZ plant, or Zamioculcas zamiofolia. If you've ever thought you have a black thumb, this is the plant that will prove you wrong. Just look at these gorgeous, glossy, dark green leaves. They almost look like they've been polished. The ZZ plant is an absolute icon, perfect for everyone from the complete beginner to the seasoned plant parent looking for an easy care addition to their collection. So, if you want to learn how to keep this architectural beauty thriving with minimal effort, you're in the right place. Let's get started. First up, let's talk about the number one question for any houseplant: light. This is where the ZZ plant truly shines. Pardon the pun. It's famous for its incredible adaptability. Have a dimly lit corner in your office or a hallway that doesn't get much sun. The ZZ plant can handle it. In its native habitat in Eastern Africa, it often grows in the shade of larger trees and rocky areas, so it's well equipped for lower light conditions. This makes it a fantastic choice for spaces where other plants might struggle and fail. I've seen ZZ doing just fine in rooms with only a small north-facing window, or even just relying on consistent artificial office lighting. They are true survivors. However, just because they can tolerate low light doesn't mean that where they be their absolute happiest. If you want to see your ZZ plant flourish and put out that beautiful new growth, giving it bright, indirect light is the sweet spot. What does that mean? Think of a spot a few feet away from an east or west-facing window, or in a room with a south-facing window where the direct sun rays are filtered by a sheer curtain. This kind of light mimics its natural environment more closely and will encourage it to grow a bit faster and more robustly. The one thing you absolutely want to avoid is direct, scorching sunlight. Placing it right in a south-facing window with no protection can lead to sunburn on those beautiful leaves, which shows up as yellow or brown scorched patches. So, to recap, low light is okay, but bright, indirect light is ideal for a truly thriving plant. Now, let's move on to the most critical aspect of ZZ plant care and the area where most people go wrong: watering. If there's one way to kill a ZZ plant, it's with kindness, specifically too much water. This plant is incredibly drought tolerant. Why? Let's take a look at its secret weapon. If you were to unpot this plant, you'd find these large potato-like structures at the base called rhizomes. These are modified underground stems that store incredible amounts of water. Think of them as little personal water tanks for the plant. This is the adaptation that allows it to survive long periods of drought in its native environment. Because of these rhizomes, you need to let the soil dry out completely between waterings. I mean bone dry. You can check this by sticking your finger deep into the soil. If you feel any moisture at all, wait longer. Another great tool is a simple wooden chopstick or skewer. Stick it all the way to the bottom of the pot, leave it for a minute, and pull it out. If it comes out clean and dry, it's time to water. If it has any soil sticking to it or feels damp, hold off. When you do water, water thoroughly. Let water run all the way through the pot and out of the drainage holes. This ensures the entire root system gets a drink. Then, and this is crucial, let it drain completely. Never ever let your ZZ plant sit in a saucer full of water. This leads to root rot, which is the #1 killer in a typical home environment. You might only need to water your ZZ plant once every 3 to 4 weeks, or even less in lower light conditions during the winter. It's always better to underwater a ZZ plant than to overwater it. Next, let's dig into soil and fertilizer. Given what we just learned about watering, it makes sense that ZZ plants need a soil mix that drains extremely well. If you use a standard heavy potting mix that retains a lot of moisture, you're setting yourself up for root rot. You want something airy and chunky. A great simple mix you can make yourself is 1 part standard indoor potting soil, 1 part perlite or pumice for aeration, and 1 part orchid bark or cactus mix to create those chunky air pockets. This combination ensures that water flows through quickly and doesn't suffocate the roots and those precious rhizomes. If you're buying a pre-made mix, a high-quality cactus or succulent soil is an excellent choice. The key is drainage. Drainage, drainage. When it comes to feeding, the ZZ plant is what we call a very light feeder. It's not a hungry plant at all. Its slow growth means it doesn't use up nutrients very quickly. During the growing season, which is typically spring and summer, you can give it a little boost if you want. A balanced all-purpose liquid fertilizer diluted to half or even a quarter of the recommended strength is more than enough. You only need to do this once every 1 or 2 months during the growing season. In the fall and winter, when the plant's growth naturally slows down, you should stop fertilizing altogether. Over-fertilizing can burn the roots and do more harm than good. Honestly, many ZZ plants do just fine with no fertilizer at all, getting what they need from the nutrients in fresh soil when you repot them every few years. So, when in doubt, less is more. Let's talk about general care and maintenance, which, you guessed it, is also incredibly simple. One of the best things about ZZ plants is that they are highly resistant to pests. Common houseplant pests like spider mites, mealybugs, and scale tend to leave them alone. Their tough, waxy leaves aren't very appealing to these critters. Of course, no plant is completely immune, so it's always good practice to inspect your plants every now and then, but you're far less likely to have pest issues with a ZZ than with many other houseplants. Another thing to note is their growth rate. ZZ plants are slow growers. Don't expect to see explosive new growth every week. A healthy, happy plant might put out a few new stalks per year. This slow growth is part of their appeal for many people. It means they won't outgrow their space quickly, and you won't have to be constantly repotting them. You'll know a new stalk is coming when you see a pointy shoot emerging from the soil. It's always so exciting to watch it unfurl into a new, perfect stem. Now, for a very important warning. All parts of the ZZ plant are toxic if ingested. This is due to the presence of calcium oxalate crystals, which can cause irritation and swelling in the mouth and digestive tract. So it's crucial to keep this plant out of reach of curious pets like cats and dogs, and also small children who might be tempted to put a leaf in their mouth. While the irritation from skin contact is usually minor for most people, it's a good idea to wash your hands after handling the plant, especially if you have sensitive skin. It's a beautiful plant, but it's for looking, not for tasting. So let's do a quick recap of how to keep your ZZ plant happy. First, light. It's adaptable but prefers bright, indirect light. Avoid direct sun. Second, water. This is the most important part. Let the soil dry out completely between waterings. It is far better to underwater than to overwater. Remember those water-storing rhizomes. Third, soil. Use a very well-draining, airy mix. Think cactus or succulent soil. And finally, care. It's a slow-growing, pest-resistant plant that needs very little fertilizer. And please remember, it is toxic to pets and humans if ingested, so place it somewhere safe. The ZZ plant truly lives up to its reputation as one of the easiest, most forgiving houseplants you can own. It's the perfect plant to build your confidence and add a touch of modern, structural beauty to your home or office without demanding any of your time. It thrives on neglect. Thank you so much for joining me today to learn all about the amazing ZZ plant. I hope this guide helps you grow a happy and healthy one for years to come. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more plant care tips and tricks. Let me know in the comments if you have a ZZ plant and if you have any questions. Happy planting, and I'll see you in the next video.